Quiet night. If you're a fan viewing, if you're not, hey, we'll see how it went. It was a pretty decent little weekend though. Um, Kind of mid, had some wins, had some L's, and overall had some good conversations about, what these season tickets gonna look like. You already know what's up. It's about these things up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!
And that might be the knockout punch.
All right, greetings, salutations. Hopefully, y'all are doing pretty well. Uh, Question for the day, especially if you're a FAMU fan. And I'm gonna ask for the people in the front and the back. How y'all feeling about this basketball attendance? Like, cause for me, I'm kind of okay with it. It would be nicer if it was full. I understand why the ladies' games kind of where they are, but for the dudes, it's not even half full. So it was Greek night on the other night. So we got some questions that are kind of going out. How can we fill up this arena? How can we get more people in there? Some of it does involve winning. Some of it involves less losing. So, I mean, it kind of is what it is there. Yeah, man, it just kind of is what it is with that. Definitely want to shout out our supporters, though. Rattler Boosters. What's up, Tamara T? What's up, Gail? Y'all can see the Rattler Boosters. They do a little bit of something. So you can see some of the fruits of their labor. They are one of the organizations that supports by purchasing muscle milk. And if you miss round one with St. Clair Moraine, you miss the track coach on there. And you missed him pretty much talking about why you haven't seen any Rattler or FAMU relays. So if you can find a way to go back and watch that, definitely do so. It was an intriguing show, to say the least. So baseball, softball wise, we'll start there. It was okay. I mean, today, the ladies caught L's. They lost to Sanford and UF, which I'm kind of okay with that. Like, it's UF. We know what they put into sports. Sanford, I think that was probably winnable, but we didn't get the dub. Now, when it comes to baseball showed a sign of life. I know part of the show with St. Clair was, and part of the question was, hey, this team going to win some games? And evidently they were like, yeah, they defeated High Point and Mercer today. So High Point was 5-3. Mercer was 5-2. So good time to get a win. Much needed win there. Now, if you caught the ladies game, basketball wise, it was Fangs Up weekend. I just love the name of the weekend. It concludes tomorrow. The men are playing against Southern. So the men are definitely going to the SWAC tournament. Ladies, not sure. And if you watch that game, 55-52 loss, that game was frustrating. As a fan, it was frustrating because, one, you have SWAC tournament implications. That's part of it. The other part is because it was winnable. Like, there are times when you get mollywops, but then at the end of the game, you were up darn near 10 points. Like, this is one of those games where you're going to scream free throws. You're going to scream about certain shots that don't fall. It just was one of those games where you kind of came away watching, and if this team don't make the SWAC tournament, you'd be disappointed. I would like to make the SWAC tournament just have a streak, but we're a player or two away. Now, you're definitely missing the unicorn. That's one of the players that's missing. And y'all know, look, I committed to not saying her name for a while. It's not because I'm petty, but it's just because there's no point in saying it. Close game. I'll leave it at that. The ladies are giving you hope for next year. If we can find 2 scorers and keep some of the nucleus of this team together and shed some of the other players, you're gonna have a good season. But right now, nah. Now on the other side, the men's team got the dub, and it wasn't that close, honestly. At the end, Grambling tightened it up a lot, but it was a fun game to watch. You put a little pizza money on it. They got you back in the wins column. I don't know about that Southern game. That Cookman game. Cookman, they fell off the side of a cliff. I'm gonna leave that there. But for this one, what's up, little baby? It was a win that you needed. Like, as you watched as a fan, I think you kind of saw, and you definitely saw, if you were watching the game, stands filled up a little bit more when the guys, started to play. We're a fickle fan base. Opposed to when the ladies were up there, it was kind of empty still. So you definitely saw with this game that what Curry's doing can work. And you also saw that this is a team that if they're hitting, they're a problem. But if they're not, they're not. And when this team is ice cold, that's when you have problems. But when 2 or 3 get into their groove, that's when this team is really dangerous. If this team could get 3 of its 4 playmakers going, that's a problem. So, honestly, I enjoyed it. I was glad for it. And it was another win. So, that was pretty cool to see. Fun to watch. Again, tomorrow. Let me get back on. Look, I want to make sure I got that right. So, for those who are going to watch, those who don't, tomorrow at 7, that's when the game is. So, go feel free to check it out, man. Go get excited for it. Now, other thing, look, pretty loose weekend besides the stick sports, but looked like them season tickets got y'all in a bit of a tizzy. So I did catch some other people's shows there. Called Scotty. Have good idea. Half idea not gonna work. But yeah, it just, if you haven't seen, this is slate of games right here. Albany State, Alabama State, North Carolina Central, Alcorn State, Jackson State. So those are the games that you have there. And these are the ticket prices. And I think that's where some of the consternation comes in. We see where that North End Zone Club is hitting. And it looks like that the Investing Champions is no more, which I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't miss it. I wonder how it's going to affect the program overall, just because it was a good idea. But you started to wonder how many people stayed Investing Champions members. And you kind of look to see, like, I'm looking to see where my people sit. They're paying about the same. Like, I'm going to tell y'all, the way to get this is to see if you can go in groups. A little baby says, people always complain about the price of something and then make it happen. I agree. I think when it comes to the tickets this year, the price is the price. Now, certain things that were suggested, and I will say I did listen, that's impossible. Don't let somebody tell you that these white schools don't sell season tickets and that they don't try to get you to purchase season tickets. They don't care. Because you got to think about it like this. Whether you come to the game or not, I got your money. That's how they really look at it. Like, I showed y'all last episode where we sat for the UF Kentucky game. I'm not a Gator season ticket holder. Never have been, never will be. But if I drop 75 one night for one game, no harm, no foul. If I drop 150 one night, one game, no harm, no foul. But what I'm not about to do is pay a fluctuating price on a ticket for a season ticket and bundle them together. Like NFL teams don't do that. I've had season tickets to the Bucks. Like what teams do is they want you to buy the season ticket because they got your money either way. And so what I'm looking at here, and much to Lil Baby's point, the price is the price. Now, some of the stuff that you have to contend with FAMU is lodging. Like everybody don't have a cousin, uncle, mama, dad, somebody that live in Tallahassee when they want to come to the games. Some of y'all got to fight them hotel prices. And let's see, the football schedule's already out. So let's see. All right. Is the date up there? September 13th. Yeah. Sorry about that. So, yeah, I know. Look, are you a data? So we'll look hotels.com. Go ahead and do that right fast. So first one, September 13th, Tallahassee, Florida. Let's hope this doesn't slow down the computer too much. So there we go. Well, look. All right. So, and this ain't great podcasting, but we all know. So what was that? September 13th. So most of y'all ain't gonna stay there. Y'all gonna come in Friday, leave on Sunday. Let's see what these hotels talking about already. Ooh. Okay. Look, you ain't gotta ask me about it. I'll show it to you. Residence Inn is $200. Aloft, $200. Not terrible. Hotel Indigo. So the prices, they haven't got stupid yet. Not for that first game. It's still $200 to stay in Tallahassee, though. Like, I don't know about you. The Holiday Inn, $320. Comfort Inn running you almost $350. Like, Hyatt House, Capital University, steps away from FAMU and FSU. $800 a night. Like, I hate to tell y'all, for all the people who don't get it, you got to keep the tickets at a certain range because the hotel prices are where they are. Like, a little bit, I'm looking to purchase these tickets that make sense. Exactly. Like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I told y'all up front, those Buck season tickets, I went to one game. I sold the rest of them. Like, I broke even. I made a little profit, and I gave the rest of them away. I was like, psh. I had a coworker. She was like AP at the time. I was like, you live over there, right? You want to go to these games? Because I'm not driving way over there. And I'd have made my money back. I was getting that lady tickets left and right. Like, honestly, season tickets are the best way to go because, again, as a business, I got your money. I don't know if y'all got 7-Eleven where you are, but 7-Eleven, you put $35 on the app, they give you X amount of points. And then you turn around and you use those points and that money, to buy gas. So all of a sudden, they're giving you points to put money into their system that you're going to use later on. And they give you a discount on the gas. But the first thing, all they wanted was the money. So it's the same idea with season tickets. They want you to buy the season tickets so that whether you come or not, who cares? You can go to one game, you can go to 10 games. But as long as you pay for the season tickets, hey, we're good. We don't care if you come. The coaches care. But from the common sense side of this, with the Hyatt House, $800, baby, that's a problem. Let's see over here. September 27th. Y'all know me. Look, I told you I argue with data. You can argue your opinion with somebody else, but Keith gonna stand on these numbers and these datas right fast. It's like, let's look at September 27th, see if y'all done got hip to the game yet. We're gonna do the same thing. 26th, y'all coming on a Friday. 28th, because you're leaving on Sunday. Like, you seeing some of the same stuff. Residents in 259. Like, the reason you can't go crazy on hotel prices and ticket prices, because the hotel prices are up there. Like, I'm gonna tell you now, if you are planning to get season tickets, get your hotels now. Like, don't wait for 2 weeks. Well, don't wait for 2 months. Because right now, the prices are still decent for some decent hotels. Like, and I'll just be telling you honest, when it comes to Tallahassee, especially with FAMU and football season, anything below 180 is solid. You hitting 200, we decent. Like, right there. The individuals that are most likely are just looking to just come to homecoming, and they'll pay that price. They understand, and they are mad. You're not wrong. And we know for years, like, the homecoming price gets jacked up. Like, but you also know them hotel prices get jacked up homecoming too. And this is what I'm saying, Gail. The tickets and parking are great. I'll get season tickets. However, that 1,000 for North End Zone, that's a problem. Honestly, I think that's to discourage you and dissuade you from going to the North End Zone. I could be wrong, but that's just me. I really feel like, because traditionally, I don't know if anymore, but athletics didn't really get nothing from the North End Zone. Like, that was all for the foundation. So what I'm saying now, that North End Zone, some of y'all cousins ain't gonna be up in there like that. Hey, since we already going though, man, look, and let's see, North Carolina Central, October 11th. I ain't gonna lie, that's about that right time. If you want to start to experience the better weather of Tallahassee, that's your season. Like, October is the best month in Tallahassee, not because it's my birth month, but because it's decent. But baby, these hotels not playing with you. Like, the Hilton Garden Inn, 500. And I ain't telling you, look, I pull up data. Y'all know I stand on data. As my back say, I stand on business. Hotel Indigo, 700. 700? Hyatt House, 700, as Kevin on stage say. Oh, no. Comfort Suites, 400. Baby, the Hampton Inn, 300. Look, I'm trying to tell y'all, you can't jack these hotel prices up in Tallahassee too much, because these ticket prices, because shoot, the Wakulla Springs is $200. What you gonna do? Sit there and look at old Joe? And he been dead since I was a kid. Like, that's one of the, if you know situations. If you don't know who old Joe is, I don't know if you went to Wakulla Springs. But just saying, like, you could only do so much ticket price wise, because if you coming for that weekend, a decent game, they charging 200 at the Wakulla Springs, and then you still got to drive 45 minutes an hour to get to Bragg. Like, now, from my understanding, North End Zone was the one eating away and whatever possible profit. Hey, just saying. Gail says you were correct. It should be athletics, not foundation. Somebody needs to make that change. I agree. Now, the other part, and I ain't gonna lie, I sat in North End Zone before. I ain't gonna lie. That's how I met Mike Road Dogg. I was like, dang, I got to pick his brain for like a whole hour. Speak of the man. Like, look, folks know who is willing to pay at least that much. Now, potential upgrade to a multi-tier top golf style end zone. Woo. Mike, you read my mind. I think that's the goal. I ain't gonna say nothing too much though. But yeah. But honestly, that's how I met Mike. Like, and it was straight. But it wasn't all that for me to be like, man, I'm gonna spend $1,000 for it. But you think about it, I'll say it like this: for the people who want to complain about that, you if you're gonna sit there, you either got it like that or you're gonna make it like that. Like, I ain't gonna lie, my season tickets to the Bucks were more than that. Right? And you didn't get all you can eat food. All you got was a seat. You got a discount on food. But if I remember correctly, I think for them 2 tickets, I had tickets for my daughter and I want to say one ticket was like 800. And total was like 1700. Like, but they were solid seats. Like, I was about a pirate ship. We had good seats. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If you're paying that price for the North End Zone, they probably go to other places too. Like that $1,000 per spot, that really ain't that bad. And you start thinking that plus parking, $1,500. Only thing is, for $1,000, food got to get better. I'm sorry, like I go to Orlando City games every once in a while. My cousin has season tickets. He just got rid of them. Man, their little sweet box, man, they rotate the food. Like some things are their staples. Like they have their sodas, Pepsi products, if I remember correctly. They have their light beers. I mean light. But the food rotates. And my cousin, honestly, he was like, man, I got rid of the tickets because, the food got kind of whack. I was like, hey, last couple times I was there, it was straight. But some stuff is just a standard. You can't have Mission Barbecue every game. Like, I'm just saying, like, y'all got the same food in North End Zone every game. And I ain't hating. Like, I'm like Jagged Edge. I ain't hating nothing. But I can go out to Perry Street and I can hit a different spot. And then go on the other side over there in front of Gaither. Look, like, that's what I'm saying. Mission for 1,000? It don't even smell that good. Like, it looked decent, but it don't be smelling that good. Like, maybe they do bring in other food and drink vendors. Maybe going forward. I think going forward, one of the things that you could really excel at, now you got to be careful because it's Florida and it's hot. I really think, especially when you consider the vodka deal that you have going on with the Fang Exchange, that's an option. Like, that's something that should be out there in the North End Zone Club where you may not give it away, but you may have it where people can, partake in some of the Fang Exchange vodka. Some of the funds go back to the athletes. Like, I think that kind of stuff like that starts making business sense because you're just turning around and putting the money right back in your own coffers. You're supporting somebody that supports you. And Mike says, invest in Champions Package was too generous for what it's intended to do, raise money. Yep. Still needs to be considered an all-inclusive season pass combining football and basketball for one price. I agree. And I'll be honest with you, as a fan and as a parent, one thing I do love is when I go places and all I gotta do is show up. I am the king of apps. My mom, my family will tell you, I got an app for everything. Like we had season passes to SeaWorld and I had the app. Like I would order food and just show up and be like, hey, my food's supposed to be ready, all ready to go. I hate waiting. Like I'm friendly, but I'm not patient. Like you start having stuff like that, like Mike mentioned, all inclusive, investing in champions, come with season tickets, parking, and food, and rotating food, baby. All of a sudden, you changed the game. And then mess around and get some of the local businesses there. Had like desserts from the little cake shop down there. Was a TC Bakery. Had them do dessert one week. I'm just saying, like, rotate it up. Like, make it have some fun. Like, I'm old school. Go to Paris Street. That's me. I'm sorry. I ain't nothing like getting I go to the candy apple spot. I've grown, so I don't just eat it off the popsicle stick anymore. I cut it up, divvy it up, and I have to fight my child for to get a piece. But I ain't supposed to have a lot of sugar no way. But now some fried fish, And I'll go to Paris Street tomorrow on a game day and get a nice fish sandwich. It's a problem. Like, that's your competition? And you serving me the same food every week? I'm just saying. Now, I do agree with that. All inclusive. I'm just saying. Like, all inclusive, give the person the options. You know, you can start off with the simples, burger, fries, hot dog, drink, popcorn, and start rolling down the list and just start chicken fingers. Make it like 5 to 10 different things you can rotate with, and just make it happen. Like, hey, put the basketball tickets as in the add-on. I see that. I saw them as their own thing too, though. Like, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I saw that too. Man, look, since we already going down this road, y'all know every year we kind of look at these season tickets or these home and hotel prices. Let's see what they talk about. So 17th through the 19th, I'm prepared to be offended. This is for 2 travelers too. I ain't doing nothing crazy. Okay, they ain't killing you yet, but because homecoming is the 18th, so I put it up there for the 17th through the 19th. Okay, so that's if you ain't going to all the stuff. Oh, look, the Quality Inn is still $400. Hotel Indigo $700. $1,600 for 3 days in Tallahassee. I'm not gonna say what I thought. The B.O.B. I don't know what they are, but it sounds like a place you got to bring your own liquor. $420 a night. Look, Hilton Garden Inn, $735 a night. Hey, the Lodge at Wakulla Springs quietly is playing no games. They're like, hey, y'all Negroes coming. We got you. It's like about $300, $269. Hilton Garden, like all the places ain't beating you over the head yet. So if you still planning on trying to make that homecoming happen, I would go ahead and start getting your hotels ready. Because the La Quintas is already $250. Sorry, I gotta say like we said. The La Quinta is already $250. Like, I'm just saying, for those that are out there looking, you might want to go and get your homecoming hotel right now. Get your friends ready. Mike says, will be a good time for the boosters to set up a pregame tailgate for every game and cater to the now removed end zone clubbers for maybe $250 for the year. Mike, you wasn't even in the meeting. Like, I said that. We had a whole booster meeting. I was like, hey, you need to have a tailgate. Especially now the North End Zone Club is $1,000. Baby. This is my suggestion for that. I suggested, hey, for the boosters, you still got to pay a fee. You might charge me, the 20, 15. Non-boosters, 25 and up. But I like Mike's idea. One fee do for all. Hey, if you're a booster, it's only $100 at the lowest level. What's that? 5 games? 5 times 5. That $225? Something like that. So $225, $250 for the year. You get all you can eat tailgate all season long. I like it. I'm just saying. I'm dreaming about comforters now. This jump a lot. Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. Strawberry Festival going on right now. And if you're in a Popka, they got the fair up there. Now, I ain't gonna tell you you're gonna get some comforters at the Strawberry Festival, but it's fire. If you go tomorrow, boys have been performing. So, hey, feel how you feel about that. But Strawberry Festival is pretty lit. I ain't gonna lie. But Mike, that's what I said. I think the boosters should do a tailgate. They should have a space under the stadium where they can sit. Maybe like a cooling area. Like, because we all know it's like 700 degrees under that stadium. Man, if the boosters had a little cooling area under the stadium, especially the first like 2-3 games, baby, Like, it's something that you just got to outsource. Like, at a certain point, you got to stop asking people to volunteer for stuff and just pay people and charge the difference and say, hey, we rent some couches. You can blow up couches for all I care. Some cold drinks, charge a nominal fee, keep it pushing. I'm just saying, like, at some point, when you revolutionize, you take the work off yourself. Like, that's just me. Now, that last game, ooh, what's that? Jackson State, November 1st. I'll indulge myself. Now, I do know most Jacksonites that I know. Ooh, that's going to be a tough sell at my house. That Friday's Halloween. Ugh. That might be a Saturday morning trip. Hampton Inn the Suites is still high. But the other hotels, Holiday Inn hit you for the 300. Man, I don't know who this B.O.B. is, but 500? Bruh. Indigo, never mind. I bit my tongue. They must be selling something nice there. Hyatt House, they're a partner with FAMU, but 700? Baby. Like, the hotels ain't ridiculous for that Jackson State game, but they got a couple of them that you're going to be sitting there looking to the left and looking to the right and asking, like, do I want to spend this much money? Like, I'm just saying. 8019 can still offer basketball at a separate 150, but offer it for only 100 for those who buy football season tickets by January 30th. You make thousands from folks who just want to support. I don't disagree. And that's part of where, I don't know if you caught it last week, Mike. I believe that if you're not going to have investing champions, your boosters should get early access to tickets. Like, I think, I don't know, and I have to ask AD Suggs this about, planning for the next couple seasons out. But if we know those schedules have been released, I've heard some folks say, releasing the information early to the NAA and the boosters. But in today's day and time, you're just releasing it to the masses at the same time. Like, because you got one person that shares it too far and that it don't stay in the group. I think the better way going forward and a way to kind of promote that DSO, who's essentially just giving the money right back to you, is give them early access. Like, hey, this is our football schedule. Ticket sales for boosters are this date. Ticket sales for everybody else are that date. And if you're not going to have investing champions, have it set up to where the boosters get a priority. That's what other schools do. Like, you've heard of other schools having like PSLs and stuff like that, the personal seat licenses, which is dangerous to me, especially for HBCU, because you know how we are. That's mine. I bought that. That's my seat. And you can literally say, I got a PSL for it. That's a problem. But what I do think, having your boosters get early access to this kind of stuff is a difference, because then the boosters are valuable. And then, as Mike pointed out, you can give them a discount on other things too. Say, hey, if you're a booster, then all of a sudden, maybe you can get the basketball tickets for a discount. Or if you do a bundle and you bundle your basketball season tickets with your football season tickets, you get a discount. Why? Because, as I told y'all before, the way most teams work is, I want you to buy the season tickets, because after you bought the season tickets, I really could care less what you do with them tickets. I got the money. If you resell them, great. Most schools don't care. Some schools do. Some schools are really picky about you reselling their tickets. But in our markets, there's not a lot of caring who you resell these tickets to. I just need you to buy this ticket. Because once you buy the ticket, that money's in my hands. Like, once that money hits my hand, it's all clean. I think that's the benefit and the need for having a season ticket package. That's why you have it. And then, as you just saw, look at these hotel prices in Tallahassee. It ain't cheap. Like, I can't charge you $500 for a football game when a hotel is $500 for a night. Like, hate to tell y'all, I wouldn't pay no $2,000 to stay in Tallahassee. I just wouldn't. Now, if you do a whole weekend, Friday through Saturday, Sunday, you going to parties, you going here, you going there, you living it up. That's different. But to go to a football game and pay $100+, I promise you, I told y'all honest, the most I've ever spent for a football ticket, $100 some dollars. I didn't stay. We stayed in Tampa. That was it. That was when the Cowboys played the Bucks. That was before I had season tickets, before I lived here. We stayed down here, stayed at night, made a whole family weekend of it. Went to one game. You hit me for one game. If you're going to get a season's worth of game money out of me, you're going to have to spread that out. Because what you're not going to do is, during football season, have me spend $7,000 to $10,000 chasing this team just to go to Tallahassee. That's not feasible. Like, you know that and I know that. Like, so what we're seeing with these season ticket prices, I think they're fair. But I especially think they're fair because I remember how much we used to spend as boosters. Like, some of y'all really showing how young you are. If you don't remember how much it used to cost to be a booster, I know I paid $350 as a college student to get a park. Like, the park was $350. The tickets were like $40, $50. Like, they were made more than that. They're probably like $100. So I think I came out the gate spending $500 on FAMU football. Like, you start looking at them and compare it to now, she pretty much just brought back the old prices. Like, and kind of looked at it like, investing champions ain't working that well. I ain't got that many people signing up no way. Not that many people come to these basketball games. Let me try to revitalize this and make this into something these people going to accept and that's going to work. Because right now, not happening. And people aren't coming to see the girls play basketball because they're not winning. Not enough people are coming to see the guys. For whatever reason. Part of it, we're not a basketball school. Like, Fangs is just not a basketball school. Like, we will support it, but you got to be doing some winning to get us there. Give us another season. You have some better attendance. So what you're saying is, Fangs, you need to forget about having 5 games and brag. All this belly aching is crazy. I was never for the 5 games. I like it. It sounds good. But as a former Tallahassee native, former local, after homecoming, y'all jokers don't show up. Like, it's just like the Mississippi Valley State game. Like 10,000. It's the locals. It's like a family reunion. Like, honestly, I really do think families should really probably stick to 4 games and have that 5th game be some type of classic. Because you want to find another way to generate additional revenue. And that's where I'm coming from with it. If you can get a city like Jacksonville or Tampa to pay you what it would cost plus to have a game outside, and we've heard AD Suggs say the floor is $300K. So to me, that means the old floor is $300K. That means to me it's at least $350, $400. For $400,000 plus some amenities and a decent game day experience, I think that's worth it. I think that's worth only having 4 games. That also somewhat protects your alumni because we know FSU has 7 to 8 home games. So you're probably going to be overlapping. Where if it's only 4, you're probably going to overlap. But for the fans that are the, faithful travelers, you're only hitting them 2 to 3 times plus homecoming. So I'm just saying, like, It'd be nice to get back to Atlanta. I'm just saying. I know, Brian's giving us kind of the outline for that and, why it may or may not work. But I think that's another situation where that's a game where you can make a good amount of money, large alumni base there. And the crazy part about that game, if y'all really want to know the truth, a lot of Tallahassee people go to that game. Like a lot of your locals from Tallahassee actually make the drive to Atlanta because it's only 4 or 5 hours. So it's really just like traveling to Orlando. And you actually get a lot of your people from Orlando who will hop the flight. And if it's reasonable, jump up there, fly for the game, come back down, because Atlanta to Orlando is like a 45 minute to hour flight. Like, it's a good regional game. Like, so I do think you should have 4 games. Turn one of those extra home games to a classic and find a way to see if you could generate extra $500,000 to $500,000 or more dollars from it. So really a football school with that mindset? Yeah. Yeah. Because football is your generator. Like, the reason I say yes is because it's just the way the schedule lines up. Because the Florida Classic is where it is. So consequently, homecoming, folks blowing like $1,500, $2,000 in Tallahassee. Especially if you're not from there, don't live there, don't have no people there. Man, you go to a few parties, mess around and stay at a hotel or two, blowing $1,000 on homecoming is easy. Then you turn around, you hit the Florida Classic. Hotels ain't near as bad, but you start hitting a few of the parties. It's nothing to drop $400-500 on the Classic. Mess around, you sit in VIP in some of them areas, $800-900 is an easy Florida Classic. So you're looking at 2 games, spending $2,000 to $3,000. Like, and look, Mike Road Dogg says we play Southern every year, and neither is bringing their bands. Let's agree to play their 3rd year in a Classic and make some mutual millions while each of them gets to host a game. I agree. I think you should put that in Atlanta. That was a fun game in Atlanta. It wasn't, the last one wasn't super well attended, but I want to say that was like when Southern kind of was like not that great. But honestly, I think that would be a fun game. Like 2 years home and home, 1 year in Atlanta. Because what's going to happen is it's going to get good to Atlanta. Like it did with the Atlanta Classic. It's going to get good. All of a sudden, you bring both bands up there. You start having it, especially you mess around having it in a dome, bro. You could have a whole weekend off of that. Just that alone. Because all of a sudden, it starts generating more revenue. It puts you in a large television market. It puts you in the largest television market within your quote-unquote geographic footprint. Mind you have no schools in the state of Georgia, but you have massive alumni bases there. Like, it makes sense to make that game or another into a classic. To me, it does. I just, again, understanding the way folks spend their money for the classic and homecoming, that extra game in between is always a little light. Like, when you support something as football school with 70,000 alumni, you can't sell at 19. Yeah. They're not selling out. UF and it, how many schools are selling out football games? I'll leave it there. Like, FIU don't sell out. FAMU is the smallest. Second smallest. FAMU is the smallest school in the SUS system that has a football program that plays Division I football. I put a lot of caveats there so that way I could not address West Florida, who I think is now bigger than you. But enrollment-wise, it's the smallest. UCF has 70,000 students. And unless they're playing somebody big, they don't fill out a 40,000-seat stadium. Not telling you from what somebody told me. I'm telling you from what I see and what I've been to. I've been to multiple UCF football games. UCF basketball games don't sell out unless they're playing somebody like Kansas State, somebody big from the Big 12. So, yeah, like, and Lil Baby's right. No schools are really selling out. Like, there's too much competition. Like, think about before I leave my house, before I get into the car, before I hit the road, I got to pass by the TV. I got to pass by the computers. And I got to pass by the cell phone. Cable's paid for. We got ESPN Plus. Right now, I got Rattlers Plus. So I'm going to drive 3.5 hours to watch something I can watch on my TV. That's the problem. Like, that's the big thing. For me, that I only counted FBS schools. I only counted the football schools. So I didn't count UNF, who I think is larger than us now. I did not count Florida Gulf Coast, who is now larger than us. So that's why. Sorry about that. I placed that caveat there for West Florida. I don't think they're quite. They might be bigger than us now. So yeah, like and Mike said, there are plenty of better cities in which still remain on this nation to play a classic. I agree. Indy, LA, Philly, Vegas. I don't know about Philly, man. New York City. They already got one, but that'd be interesting. Chicago, Phoenix. I'm just saying. Yeah, I think the only thing with Atlanta is just the proximity to everyone. But we've seen our fans will travel to places like Indianapolis for the Circle City Classic. We're seeing what Gramblin's doing in Vegas. Like, we sell approximately 15,000 over 19,000. It's almost 80% of the stadium sold out. That's solid. I mean, when you also consider how many alumni do and don't live in Tallahassee, and I'll be honest, Tallahassee ain't the easiest place to get to. Like, I could lie to you. I can tell you the truth. I'm from Tallahassee. That 3.5 ride, it don't bother me. Like, it's 3.5 hours. Man, look, if I ain't have to go to work tomorrow, I might make that ride. But I'm not going to make that ride, go to an event, and then come back. No. They got a game tomorrow. I am not leaving work, driving to Tallahassee, watching the game, then driving back 3.5 hours to get home at 1 in the morning, then get back up and be at work at 6. It's just not, Tallahassee's not the easiest place to get to. I don't travel to UCF for events, and that's cross town, and that's a whole 45 minutes per hour. Like, just saying. That's real though. I buy season tickets yearly, JSU just for support, but I watch all the games on my phone. Granted, I'm a truck driver, so I'm always gone. But still, exactly. Like, I got Rattlers Plus because I'm not going to the basketball games for the most part. I'm trying to go to the Cookman one. That's an hour away. Like, when the girls play UCF, I was there. When the guys play UCF, I'll be there. They're playing Cookman and Sanford. I'm definitely gonna be there at least one, if not all nights. Like, do you not know who has the largest alumni chapter in the state? Leon County. Of course I know. Come on, I run the Florida region page. Yeah, it's Leon County, JRE Lee, Orlando's up there. Normally Tampa, and then Dade kind of switches. But yeah, I know that. I run the Florida region Twitter page. Come on now. Yes, Leon County is the largest chapter. But it's also a couple hundred people. When you're talking like 20,000 members. So yeah. Girls, I'm from Havana, but live in Cleveland, Ohio. Tallahassee is not easy to drive or fly to. Flights are outrageous. Exactly. Like, so that's, again, we're talking an alumni chapter. I think they got 800 people, maybe 1,000. Like, don't be fooled. You start looking at these alumni numbers, I have to call my friend to see. But if you got 500 in the state of Florida, you're one of the bigger chapters. Like 15,000 in Bragg equates to less than about 8,000 people who actually paid a 10. Can we really cover our bills with that? I don't know, Mike. I don't know how many of them not paying. I don't know about that. Because some of those student fees too, though. So some of those, especially with the students, you kind of got to put that caveat on there. Central Florida Rattlers got to get to the Cookman game Saturday. Huge for the SWAC tournament. Exactly. And Cookman they're on a losing streak. So, like, I don't know if y'all noticed, their basketball team, they ain't winning no games. And FAMU's men's team didn't have all his players last time. Like, I hate to sound like that dude, but I'm gonna be that black guy today. Man, look, last time we played Cookman, we didn't even much have everybody. Like, we was missing like 3-4 guys. Man, now we got everybody back. I'm telling you, you got some pizza money. For that game, I'm gonna put it on the Rattlers. Now that Southern game, I ain't touching that. Like, but I'm just saying, like, for me, we said the Cookman's men's team is too small. Look, you open up a can of worms right there. Look, I was about to start cracking. I'm not gonna do that. But I just got a point. Like, if you can make that game, like, because I'll be honest with y'all, I can get the Cookman a whole lot faster than get the fail. Like, and it's not even like being facetious about it. Like, I catch the toll road I-4, I get Daytona in 45 minutes. Flat. Like, I get to Melbourne in an hour and 15, hour and a half. From like, when I'm telling you, like, all of Central Florida Rattlers, we need you there. Like, we need to pack their barn. Just saying. 45 minutes or an hour from Orlando, depending on what side you on. If you from West Orange, kind of like me, I ain't from West Orange, but look, I rep the West. Hey, over on the West side, look, on the best side, you get Daytona in 45 minutes. Like, go eat. You might even get you some time, get some sweet wings. Like, I'm just saying. It's a game at the oceanfront on Moore Gym. You funny. The games are at Moore Gymnasium. It's gonna be hot. Like, I ain't gonna even lie. I got my deodorant ready. I'm gonna have my good cologne. Man, extra baby powder. I'm doing baby powder routine. Like, I fully expect it to feel like Gaither in there. Like, yeah. Don't walk next to me if you got allergies, because I'm not trying to be stacked. Like, it is at Moore Gymnasium. I honestly think games like that should be at the Oceanfront Center, but I'm pretty sure they got to pay a nominal fee to get that, to happen. But no, it's going to be at Moore Gymnasium. So, yeah, we'll see. I definitely put in for that one for the credentials, because I do want to do a little post game. Game started at 4. Don't get there at 4 o'clock, baby. You better get there. Look, you might want to get that 3:30 at the latest. I know I told mine, I was like, hey, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I can't leave the house after 2 o'clock. Anything at 2 o'clock, I'm in trouble. Look, just to get there from Tampa for 4 p.m. women's game, we leaving at noon. I'm just saying, hey, let us know where y'all gonna be at, Mike. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Last year, and I did ask, I ain't seen no response. But last year, there is a little shindig. So we don't have a flyer for it. But so I got 5:30. I do got that. But they went to Buffalo Wild Wings. It was a nice little alumni get together. Mike and the crew did, man. He was just looking out. You know how Mike do. I'm just saying, look, Mike, let the folks know, because if y'all doing that again, I'm game. Look, otherwise, I'm going to Bethune Grill to get some wings. I ain't gonna hold you. I hadn't had no Bethune Grill wings in a good about 2 years. I'm due. So, what's up, Marvin? You ain't missed too much. Talked about this Rattler basketball team. The ladies, they might have played themselves out of the SWAC tournament. But the guys, they're in the mix. They probably 3-4. Like, if we being honest, we a 3 or 4 seed right now. And they already got that's gonna be a nice little vibe. Like that is going to be a sweet little vibe. Let's see, basketball. I ain't even gonna look at the girls because I don't want to get disappointed. I feel like they can win this next game, but I ain't gonna get mad at it. FAMU is the 5 seed. Dang, I didn't see that. So Southern is the 1. Jackson State's 2, Cookman's 3, Alabama State's 4, FAMU is 5. So yeah, I know our cousins from Montgomery stay up on our sides. Like, oh look, hey, let me know because I definitely look, Mike. If y'all ain't doing something, if I don't know something about something, I'm going to Bethune Grill to get some sweet wings, like Krispy Kreme on Speedway with the hot sign on. Ooh. Little EA. We don't even have a Krispy Kreme on my side of town. Like, we got like a spot called DG Donuts. It's straight, but it ain't Krispy Kreme. But yeah. Like, yeah, 4th and then 5th right now. So let's say hadn't updated the standings. So we're gonna see though. That's gonna be some fun times though. Like for those, that's gonna be my first trip to Moore Gymnasium. I've been to Cookham before. I've been for a baseball game over there. I refused to do softball. I rode over there. I rode past the softball field. I turned around and came home. I was like, nah, my car ain't getting hit today. Like, actually, I stopped by the softball field on the way to the baseball stadium and was like, yeah, glad this ain't gonna happen. But yeah, so that'll be my first time on their campus in a while, but we're gonna see. I'm excited for it. I think it's a winnable game. Like, this is one of those games. If you win this might get you in that top 2-3 area. Real important there. Then other thing we talked about, Martin, we talked about these season ticket prices. We look at some of these hotels, and I'm telling you right now, the first couple games ain't bad. Like that Alabama State game, hotel prices aren't bad. The Albany State, not too bad. After that, it's all downhill. Like, them hotel prices are horrible. Yes, as Mike pointed out, last year we had a meet up at Buffalo Wild Wings, but we're down for meeting up at Bethune Grill. Hey, y'all let me know what time to be there because I'm just rolling with me. So that's gonna be a daddy trip right now. Half working trip. Probably gonna bring the stuff so we can do a little post game. Find out if we can talk to Coach Crary. But yeah, look, all the good Airbnbs are gone. Oh, for real, man, they got hip because that was a trick. Like, y'all hadn't figured out that the Airbnbs were cheaper than the hotels. That's why the hotel prices ain't jacked up quite yet. But when y'all get your income tax money, I want to go on and get your hotel if you go on to homecoming. So we did, look through and kind of saw the worst ones are for the Alcorn game. And I want to say that Jackson State game. I think those are the worst 2 ticket price wise. So y'all should beat the hell out of Bethune. Y'all are a heck of a lot better than I thought y'all would be. Man, I appreciate that. I'll be honest. I had us about, I ain't gonna say here. I think I had us top 6. So I think I had us like 6, 7 at the worst. But I did think we would make the SWAC tournament this year. So those were my expectations. I didn't think we would at all. I did think the girls would be better though. Like, I'll be transparent about that. I thought the ladies team was going to be a little bit better than what we got. But Wade Cookman's been looking these last couple games. I'm telling you, I ain't going heavy on the skin because I got a REIT that the ex-dividend day is like Thursday. So I want to make sure I get in so I get that dividend. But I get a little extra coin, which I do. I'll put a little coin on them Rattlers for that one. Like I said, that Southern game, not touching it though. It's a rivalry game. Man, we're going to see. Oh, that game's so much better when the bands are there. Like, it just is. So we're going to see. Be a fun game to look at. See if some of our invited guests are going to show up, man. We definitely send some feelers out there to a couple of the coaches, see if we can get them on, get them to talk. If you are in Orange, Lake, Osceola, or Seminole County, make sure you go ahead and get this this up here. Get the sign up ready. Jack LaFleur Memorial Scholarship. That is sponsored by the Winter Park Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, my chapter. So this is when y'all see me not doing Fangs up stuff. A lot of times, it's for them right there. And so we were told folks wait till NFL schedules come out, then fly into Tampa, roll to Tallahassee with us for the day, and enjoy the Bucks on Sunday. Same thing for Jacksonville the Jags. Hey, Mike, that's not a bad idea. I ain't gonna hold y'all. If you ain't never been to a Bucks game, they're pretty good. I love Tampa Bay Bucks game. I haven't been to a Jags game in years. I'm gonna wait till they finish renovating the stadium. Also, your local NAA is looking to grow. We need numbers. As you can see, people are doing things that are contrary to the benefit of Florida A&M University. So we need your voice to be heard. We need your numbers. Join your local Alumni Association chapter. I'm Greater Orlando because that's where I live. But otherwise, if I were back home, I'd be in Leon County. Tuesday, champion. Rudy Hubbard getting the road named after him. Also seeing Carolyn Riles Way and E. Lillian Spencer Memorial Way. So getting some roads named right there next to campus. 10 a.m. on Tuesday. Also, chapter anniversary. Woo, that's the same day as the basketball game. So hopefully they get to watch it on something. Marvin says Eagles all day. Hey, man, they put a little coin in my pocket for the Super Bowl. Also, FAMU Greater NAA Legacy Endowment Soiree. So this essentially helps fund the scholarship. If you don't know, the Orlando chapter in particular and other chapters, we send our incoming Rattlers with parting gifts, and then we go up and we check on them too. So we do some things right here. If you are so inclined, if you are going out to Texas, make sure you RSVP. One FAMU Stronger Together in Frisco, Texas, suburb of Dallas. So, look, I forgot to put that on here. Yes, but it is on the Fangs Up Instagram page. So, yes, there is an alumni listening session. If you want to go check that out on Fangs Up Instagram on the stories, I got it up there. Oh, by the way, SPI NAA alumni chapter is on its way. Okay. There you go. Also, if you are so inclined, get ready. Election time coming. Look for your ballot in the mail. One of them is William Human. He is running. I'm going to ask Curtis to send me one too, though. So current President Curtis Johnson is also running for re-election. So also summer band camp is coming. Pass the hat, get your money right. We don't hear no excuses. Oh, why your child can't play music as good as the Rattlers. And save your money. If you're coming from the big Florida Classic, got a golf tournament out there. Don't go out there swinging like Keith. Be better than me because I'm not that good at golf. That's not my sport. Also, the Fang Exchange. Don't forget to support them. And they have Thanksgiving, which is concluding. So, big money opportunity there. Like, just saying. And it says you do have to sign up for the listening session to participate. So, yes, I think they had that the last time. And I will give them credit. They did take questions and answers. We had a couple solid questions. I like one of the questions was related to about like politics. Like, will somebody's politics affect them? So we'll see. Hopefully, whoever the best choice for FAMU will be the person that they pick. How about that? I'll leave that there so I stay out of it as much as possible. All right, y'all. It is 9 o'clock, and it is time for y'all and me to get ready to go to bed. And I got to re-up on all that so I can get that last little bit out. All right, y'all. For everybody, HBCU Digital Network, look, we will see y'all Thursday right here. Don't forget, you have that going on what? Wednesday. So Wednesday, you got 220 Club. You also have the ONG Strike Zone. You have the Fang Exchange. And we're going to double check, though. See when this listening thing is, what time it is on Thursday. If it's at the wrong time, then we're going to let y'all focus on real business. So I will double check the time on that. But if it's before 8 o'clock, then we'll do our show. If it's at 8, I want y'all to focus on that. So for everybody, though, y'all already know what's up, what it's always going to be. Fangs up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal.
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it?